Hello, my beauties. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Viv. And I don't know if you can tell, but I had cut my hair. And then, as our hair does, it's actually much longer, but it's got little coils. And so you've just got some randomly out. But I like it. I'm really glad that, yeah, I feel better. My hair really, I cut off about 3 inches or so. And, it's like, oh, okay, longer hair, but wasn't really doing anything with it. Welcome. So I just like this. It's neater. It's not that I necessarily love shorter hair, but I just think like it's a little bit neater for where I am in life now. I'm going to be talking about reinvention over 50, giving you an update and checking in with you as well. I may show my vision boards. To be really honest with you, I put makeup on for Percival. Not for Percival the cat, but he's up to something. And for another project I was doing. And so I'm like, well, I should make more videos. And this is a YouTuber thing. Like while you're, put together, you're like, well, wait, let me film. And then I was like, okay. So I just felt like going live in my purples and reds. So how are you all doing? I want to talk about, hey Donna. Hey. I want to talk about reinvention a little bit. I want to know how you're doing. I want to check in. Like I said, probably show you my vision boards. This is not planned. And talk about manifestation a little bit as well. Honestly, manifestation has been on my mind, of course, when you're trying to reinvent, right? Okay, let me put you guys up higher because I don't want you looking up my nostrils. I hate that when you're in a Zoom meeting and the person is like, you know what I'm saying. And you regulars know, I regularly mention this. I'm always like trying to get to the right height. Say hi as you join. Welcome. So I'm using StreamYard to do this, which you can kind of see. Where is the little duck? Oh, the duck is not showing. Huh, maybe they changed it. Yeah, Happy New Year if you have not been wished that yet. I think it's about time now that I don't say that anymore, but what the hell? How are you? Say hi if you're just joining. So this will be especially for those of you, bliss babes and wise women, who are doing some sort of reinvention. I personally feel like this is a year for that. So if that vibes with you, then stick around, okay? So yeah, I'm in a different place than usual. Just slightly over in a different place. And I want to just update you guys on what's been going on for me. I am so happy. I'm literally, oh, you can kind of see the vision board up in the corner. I'm just so happy. I just got nope, you can't look at the vision boards yet. My Vitamix just came back, guys. My Vitamix is my most precious after my laptop. Let me know, what's your most precious object? So as I'm kind of packing my apartment, downsizing a little bit, I'm realizing that I'm not attached to many things, right? So that's something we'll talk about too, letting go of things, releasing. I want to talk a little bit about fear. Okay, Percival is in the Vitamix box. Any of you who have cats know how they love a new box, right? This was all for him just to get a new box. I am so happy about my Vitamix and my computer. Those are my two things that I really care about. So let me be right back. I know it's absurd to show you this, but look at how beautiful this is. So guys, I broke my Vitamix motor, and I should do an affiliate for this. Like, your way to health is to get this, the Vitamix high-speed blender. Like I tell people, you can put a brick in it and blend the brick into a juice, okay? But look at how pristine this is. So my container that I had was really beat up. It looked like maybe I tried to grind coffee in it. I don't know what I did, guys. It was pitted. I'm pretty sure I did something I wasn't supposed to do, but that wasn't what broke it. It just had gotten really dark. So anyway, I really highly recommend the Vitamix brand. They have a 7-year warranty, 7 years at no extra cost. Now, of course, it's built in because I want to say I paid about $500 something, which sounds crazy for a blender, but it can literally, like, heat up something if you let it run for like 4 minutes. That's how fast it's turning. I should really do a review of it. So they just repaired the base, which I'm not going to show you because the base is heavy. It's like this big structure, but they sent me a new one, which I really appreciate, like a new container, which they really didn't have to do. Anyway, anybody out there love Vitamix? Because I'm telling you, it's an amazing product. It is worth your investment for your health. Um, the next, wait, the Blend Tech is also very good. It's a little bit cheaper. I had a Blend Tech at first, but then I sprang for the Vitamix. And it is not a juicer, it is a blender, because I believe it's important for the majority of us to have the fiber. We need the fiber for our gut health, which we're finding out more and more about. Anyway, this is not a Vitamix endorsement. I should put a link below. So say hi if you're here, and say hi if you are also want to share about your reinvention. So as you guys know, I'm getting ready to go to England. And I'm embarrassed to say I'm finally understanding the difference between England and Great Britain or the United Kingdom. I probably still don't really understand it, okay? Somebody want to explain in the chat. But anyway, I also now understand where Wales is. Guys, I thought Wales was at the top of England. Come to find out, it's stuck over in the southwest. A part of England. I did not know that. And I'm sure if I didn't know that, many Americans do not know that. Okay. I've just, not really been particularly interested in England, but that is where I'm going for some R&R for a lot of reasons. I won't repeat that. I had a video before where I talked a little bit about how I was facilitating that. And so I got my guidebook, which shows I'm serious. Actually, a friend treated me to this, which I thought was really nice. Essential England. So in terms of reinvention, wanting to get abroad, wanting to step back a little bit from some of the hype and intensity of America. Let me know if that resonates with you. Like I said, I really want to know what you're thinking. Hey, Mel, your computer's on your bed? Yeah. Yeah, my computer is on my desk chair, because maybe I can even put that a little bit higher. So you do New York City reviews? I'm curious about that. Let's leave your name up on the screen. So yeah, a good friend of mine bought me this, like $26. And I said to her, this is, I'm realizing I am a minimalist, guys. There wasn't a word for minimalism 20 years ago, 30 years ago, but it's just my natural state. And so even this book, I'm like, this is so heavy. I don't really want to take this on the plane, but I will. So Essential England. So it's leaving out Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. It's just England. All right. And I believe those are either the White Cliffs of Dover, or they also have another name. I might be near this area, this walking area, like up here on the green part. So I'm also really want to go to Stonehenge. I realized, as I'm kind of, like I said, I can't give all my full details out, but Stonehenge should be an area I can get to. I'm very excited about it. So I've got this. So yeah, a lot of fears are coming up for me. And I'm called like Reinvention Over 50, but I'm sure there's some of you who are in your 20s or 30s, who would be a little bit afraid. My plan is to go for several months, and you guys know, who really follow my channel, hold on, let me take that down, that I was just in Italy for 3 weeks. So clearly I feel like I'm moving pretty fast. My friends feel like I'm moving pretty fast. So and I'm going to put up your comments and then I'll go on. All right. So yeah, we've got like tendrils sticking up, which I usually like to have, worked with my coif before I go on. So welcome, Mel, NYC Reviews. Yeah. Let's see. Donna says, I don't know about favorite, but I do love my electric milk frother. Okay, and an Instapot. Yes. Donna, I know a lot of people rave about the Instapot. I almost bought myself one, but I have a slow cooker. So is an Instapot similar to a slow cooker? So guys, get some tea. We're just going to hang out and talk, like I said, around those topics of shifting your life, manifestation, show my vision board. Um, those are definitely things I'm going to touch on, but get a cup of tea. All right. This isn't 5 tips to do anything. Frankly, I'm getting tired of videos that are like watching them, not my own, because I don't really make those that much. In fact, I think my last video was, but do these 5 things for blah, blah, blah. Do these 7 things. I'm like, oh, stop it. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. You knew about whales, but only because you're a bit of a Britain nerd. Oh, I love it, Donna. Donna. And anybody watching, let me know in the chat, the live chat, or in the comments if you are an Outlander fan. I am an Outlander fanatic. Okay. Hold on. I was just going to wait. Wait. James Malcolm Alexander Fraser. Wait, no, James Alexander Malcolm. I'm leaving out a name. Okay. This is for the Outlander nerds. If you don't know Outlander, then don't even worry about it. But it's literally going into its 9th and final season, I believe. So it's been running a long, long time. It is on Stars, and you can also catch the first 5 seasons on Netflix. So let me know. First of all, I have a diverse audience, but if you are, should we be Blaulanders? How do you put Black and Outlanders together? I don't know. If you're a Black Outlander fan or any kind of Outlander fan, let me know. So it is basically the woman, her name is Diane Galbadon. The books are this thick, okay? I took one out, I opened it, and I didn't like it because it's one of those books, and I've said this before, I am very imaginative, so I don't like books that give me every single detail. Like she's describing a pen that he's about to write with, then she's going to describe his fingers, then I don't like that. So, but check it out. Let me know if you're also a fan. I know there are other Black nerds who watch Outlander. It is basically a history lesson about English imperialism. Seriously, that's what it's about, wrapped in a romance. So the romance and it has time travel elements is so engrossing. It took me 4 seasons to realize, oh wait, everywhere they go, the British are there. And the British are like, anyway, seriously. All right, let's keep going. So Donna, I am so glad to know that you are a nerd, Britain nerd, especially 15th century. That is nerdy to have a particular century, Donna. I'm not going to lie. Okay, this new year has me dusting off my old books about intention and channel texts are my jam. I'm starting off 2025 with this new mindset. I'm working on a sugar-free menu planning. Wow. Okay. And what do you review? Share a little bit more about that. Gosh, guys, I'm so dyslexic. Hold on. I'm trying to like smooth out my mini fro. All right, well, let me know about that, Mel. Oh, wait, so the Instapot it's pressure cooker. I had a pressure cooker back in the day when people were terrified of pressure cookers, but I had one where the lid literally couldn't blow off because the lid was like this and it went under. I don't know how it did that, but you tucked it under an overhang. I love pressure cookers because, yeah, you truly can cook things very fast. Audio disconnected. No, I disconnected my iPhone. Donna, listen, Donna, please. Anybody watching this, all right? Watch the first episode. If you are not hooked by the first episode, then it's not for you. Anybody who knows me, like my dearest friends, especially my older friends, would make fun of me, guys, because my friend who passed, because I'd be like, I can't turn the TV off. If I start a story, I have to see the end of the story. Like he would laugh at me. He'd like go to bed, and I'm like, I can't go to bed. I want to go to bed, but I cannot go to bed. I have to see how this finishes. So the first episode of Outlander, I think truly is one of the best episodes that I've ever seen in its structure. It foreshadows what's going to happen in the series. It gets you hooked, and like I said, it has a time travel element, all in one episode that's like 60 minutes. It's incredible. So Donna, I would love to know. So yeah, do check it out. It is on Netflix, the first 5 seasons. Then you're going to be stuck. You have to get Stars, because Stars is where it originated. So I think you would love it. It starts in Scotland. It goes, I don't want to ruin it because there's so many, um, like I said, British imperialism around the world is truly what it's about. And the woman must have done some incredible research. Um, yeah. Wow, I love the Outlander theme song too. I need to catch up. I've totally avoided all spoilers for years. This is hilarious. I feel like I'm talking to a friend. Yes, it's very hard to avoid spoilers. So, Mel, go back, check it out, catch up. I hooked a friend of mine into it. She binged 5 seasons. She binged it in like a couple weeks. I was like, wait, she's like, I'm finished. I'm like, what do you mean you're finished? She goes, I'm like, you mean you finished the season? She goes, no, I finished like everything they have. And I was like, okay. So it's like a crack addict trying to get other people hooked. That's how I am. Anyway, I love the show. Um, if you are, it's not particularly diverse. It's not, I'm trying to remember what a friend of mine, she said it was too, like, well, I guess heteronormative is the right word. Though it's not 100% true. Galbadon has gotten some flack because like one of the worst villains I've ever seen, like that seemed real, you guys, is in this series. And I'm not going to say anything, but she got some flack for that because people were like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. I won't give it away. But yes, the Outlander theme song is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. It is composed, again, talking to those in the know, it's composed by like this really famous film composer. It's beautiful, it's lush. There are 2 songs I like. I think the main theme, and then there's a secondary theme, I think. Anyway, oops, I dropped out. If your channel is active, Mel, and it's not about that, then you should change the name. It was yeah. Um, but maybe it's not active. Maybe it's just, how you pop up. So so I'm dealing with fears, but I'm moving forward. I do not have someone for my apartment yet. Again, trying to go to England for several months. Um, Apparently, as Americans are allowed in England for 6 months on a tourist visa. And so I'm not trying to do 6 months. I think that's too long in England. Because honestly, I'm not that drawn to it. As you guys know, Italy is my jam. There's some other cultures, maybe Portugal. Um, but Percival has 2 people who want to take him. I think I've decided who is going to keep him. She is mature, a mature person. The other option was someone who was quite a bit younger, um, who also I think would have been fine, but their housing situation wasn't as good. So Percival the cat has a place, has someone who's really looking forward to fostering him. Let's see. And Mel says, you still have, okay, no, you need to continue. Mel, listen, you're on 4, I think. Yeah, I want to say it's season 8. You have some binging to do. Um, did Anyway, I don't want to ruin it for those who haven't seen it because truly, they. I'm just going to say they move around, and I don't like when people do spoilers. So, but yeah, if you have season 4 on pause, keep going. It's good. Of course, there's some dull seasons. I wouldn't say whole seasons that are dull. There's some that dip a little bit. It depends again what you're really into, right? There's one season in particular that I loved. Um, in a country I'm not going to name. like I said, I don't want to ruin it because it's not clear from the beginning that all this is going to happen. So I'd rather just not. So let me show you some of my vision boards. So this, I'm going to show you this first one. This is unfinished. And by the way, I do vision board workshops. I was trying to figure out if I want to try to offer one. And this one is not finished. Here, let me, hold on. Okay, let me just hold it up like that. And I really quite like it. I did it on canvas, which I don't particularly recommend. I happen to have canvas, and I used something called clear gesso. So it actually has a tooth to it, as if I was going to paint on it. I could. It would hold the paint. So let me go right to, I have two, guys. And like I said, this is unfinished. But I'm going to show you the one that I feel was the one that was really more activated. All right, let me take it down. All right, and if, okay, so this is the one. And this one is, I would say, 90% complete. So yeah, here's my vision board. Hold on, go this way more. Okay. What's funny is I could literally, my suitcase, I did get a red suitcase. But that was conscious, right? When I've worked with vision boards where it's been very magical, I've even sometimes put them away. And I know some of you guys have heard stories. There are several inspirational speakers who, there's one man in particular, can't think of his name. He literally cut out a house, put it away right after like a year. When he was moving, he was looking through the boxes with the different vision boards. He had literally moved into the same house. Hang on, I keep saying audio microphone is not, hold on. Let me close something off, you guys, because it's triggering this weird pop-up for me. The man literally moved into the house on his vision board. Do you understand? By accident, which is it's kind of creepy. So he clearly liked the style, right? He chose the house out of a magazine or whatever. And years later, probably about 4 or 5 years, he moved into the very same house. Now, this was it. The reason he didn't realize it was the very same house at first is because I think his vision board had the outside of the house, like by the pool, or vice versa. So he didn't realize it was literally the same house. Anyway, so vision boards are a wonderful way to manifest. So yeah, I'll just go through it with you. And let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you do vision boards. So I believe in doing your vision board in sections. So this section was more kind of health and America. You see there's a little girl, and it could be me, and she looks happy. Again, as I said, this is not what I would call a completed vision board. If I were teaching this, I believe it's helpful to have images and some text. Okay, some people make it all text. I don't think that's as effective. I think the subconscious works with images. But so this was here, feel your best, balance meals and hydration. That's really important to me. And that has helped, just seeing that. This was it's like a little lake house. Again, more in the US that I was interested in. And so this is another place in the US. This was a bedroom that I had liked right here. The Oprah magazine, I had put, and this is dusty, I need to dust this off. I'd like to be a contributor. I'm going to keep going, but then I will tell you about one where it completely manifested. This was years ago when I was maybe less jaded. So yeah, I'd like to be a contributor to O magazine. Financial goals. Notice I did not put the money amount here, right? Which it should be. I believe just financial goals. What is it? The money amount should be here. Then I got a map of Italy. Oprah there. I'm not one of those Black folks who hates her or has conspiracy theories about her. You know, I probably have more conspiracy theories about Elon Musk, but whatever. Not a problem for me. This, I believe, is Venice. I'm not 100% sure. This really large picture is Venice. A picture of me. I think it's important for you when you do a vision board to have a picture of yourself. Italian, because I'm learning it. And then this is Venice. This is a picture of the Grand Canal in Venice. Let me put that. Now, those of you who are new, like Mel, you might be new. I was in Italy, and it was a big trip for me because it was after 20 years of literally not traveling abroad. And I went to Venice and I went to Florence. Oh, I don't have Florence on here. I wanted to go to Lake Como, which is this beautiful lake here. I did not on this trip. And also here, I want part of my lifestyle to be dining outside, dining al fresco. I let go and let God, because a lot of times when I pull cards for myself, it says you're trying to control it too much. You should just let it go. It's going to manifest, but let it go. So that's why I put that. I let go and let God. Creative living. You might not know that. So I won a grant to go to Italy. I paid most of it, but the grant at least covered my airfare, and it was my creativity, travel. And like I said, I literally got this suitcase. Hold on. It might, oh my God, you guys, I think it was even the brand, which I didn't know. It's like a Swiss, it has like a Swiss cross on it. I think I literally even got the same brand, which that's kind of intense. And then that's me from a yoga shoot, and I had put on there, reach for your dreams. So what I notice is missing is I have a little health area. The health area could be bigger. Like I said, I recommend sectioning it off, or like having, I should have the financial goals on here. I should have some more clarity even in the health section. This I probably would change now, but all of this basically manifested here, right? And the travel, as you can see, that was a main thing. So your vision board, if you're doing one, let me know if you guys are doing one. Even if you're not live, if you're watching the replay, let me know if you're doing one. If you'd like me to do a workshop, it would be a paid workshop. I have done them in New York City. And I really enjoy doing them. My thing though is, does it have to happen in January? Because you can make a vision board at any time. So I believe the images should really dominate, and then some text. Now, some people feel they're not very visual. I also don't believe in leaving a lot of blank space. The whole thing should be quite lush. So unlike this one, as I said, this one is not completed. You can see some of the same imagery, the Venice Canal, the dining al fresco. I put opportunities, but this one where there's so much white space, it's not finished. This one is really the one that I think really activated for me. So let me know, do you guys do vision boards? Or even, and I think I have a video on this, it doesn't have to be a board, it can be just you could get those black hardcover sketchbooks that artists use, an artist sketchbook. Those are really nice. You could do like one page for health, one page, also relationships are not on here. You could do a page for relationships. So I recommend sometimes making your vision board, not a board, but a book, because it's private, especially if you don't have I have privacy where I am, but I think that's one reason I didn't put the financial goals here publicly, right? Because if somebody's coming in and you have the board out, I didn't necessarily want them to be all in my business, right? So you can use like a sketchbook. I don't have one to show you let me show you what I'm recommending. It's sort of small. Yeah, I don't have one, but just like a journal, and you could, paste the images in the journal. That way it's private. You can just tuck it, and in the mornings you could open it up, look at the images, meditate with them, and then close it. Okay? So what do you guys think about that? So I'm going to take your questions, your comments. So yeah, if you're just joining, talking about manifesting for me over 50, reinvention. I have been a master manifester, especially in the past. Like I said, friends would say to me, things happen for you. Like they would be stunned. And I would say it can happen for anyone. And I wasn't even reading. I don't think at this point I was reading Dr. Dispenza or any of these sort of woo-woo people. I wasn't. This was pre-Secret even. that I'm talking about, things would happen that were like really surprising. So Mel says, currently my obsession is creating my own affirmations. Wow. Mel, I should have said it before. Did I say affirmations? I literally got on here and I'm like, Viv, what you don't have a plan, but what you should do is you're good at making affirmations on the spot. So I literally pictured myself coming on here, having a journal and saying, let's make affirmations together. Swear to God. Mel, swear to God, that was what I was going to do. So this is interesting that you pop in literally, and this is what you're saying. Absolutely. Maybe we will create our own affirmations. Very, very powerful. I think it's better to create the affirmations ourselves than to. The ones from books can be helpful because they can show us how we're limiting ourselves, right? We'll read one and we're like, wow, that's really good. But if you kind of chew on it yourself and like, okay, why am I having this problem with relationships? What's a good affirmation for what I'm looking for? That chewing on it, as I'm calling it, is going to make it better. So yeah, totally. I was literally going to come on here and just talk about affirmations. Wow, that is interesting. Let's see. Yeah, Silverhead. Okay, hey Silverhead. Check out her channel, fitness for mature men, women. She's often in the gym, like she'll show you her workout. Check her out. Yep. You like the journal better. I'm always torn. It's just me. I'm always of two minds, right? I like both, honestly, Silverhead. I like having a visible journal. I mean, a visible vision board. You pass it, it's just out of the corner of your eye. And then I like having a journal one. Maybe I should make a journal one, because, especially because I'm going to be traveling. So, you guys, I get from doing this, I get stuff as well as hopefully something will spark something in you. I probably should, just to have it. Like this is my language, in my house. It's just cat hair and dust. This is my language notebook where I put, um, like words and their definitions that I'm learning. But I should get another small book that just could have the vision board in it. Wow. You guys, thank you for that, because I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So Silverhead, have you made a vision board for this year? Do you guys believe in carrying them over? What do you think? And I'll put up your comment there. Mel also says, I never have. Over the years, what's truly important to me pops into my head and I write it down, which I find amazing. I think the vision board looks great. Thank you. Thank you. My last video, I talk about not planning so hard this year, or the goal setting. But really, you guys, to be really honest, that was just a reaction to, there's so many YouTube videos, right? In January, how to plan your 2025, what you're going to do in 2025, your 4 steps for 2025. I just was sick of it. That literally influenced me to be like, nah, I'm not making that video. So then I made a video right? But yeah. So Silverhead, if you're just joining, yes, I'm getting ready to go to England to get out of some of the craziness of America. I've got my guidebook. I need to start planning and bookmarking. I'm funding it, low cost. This is not fancy travel. If you're on my list, maybe I'll say more to my email list. So I need to get someone in my apartment. So that's really my only fear, guys, is because it's winter where I am, and I'm leaving after our semester has started. I'm having difficulty at this point, but Spirit's like, no, you're going to get somebody. So I'm subletting my apartment, right? Because I don't want to obviously I'm not, paying my own rent while I'm abroad and have expenses. So I would like somebody to sublet my apartment. So far, everybody's been flaky. Like, what is happening since COVID? Friends of mine, we've been talking about how people are flaky. They're just not as focused. They're not, I don't know. Something's happened to people. Um, we do believe, and I really mean this, in some of work environments, some of it is that the older people, and I'm not saying older people are always better, but it was more they had experience. I think a lot of them retired during COVID or simply quit just to start something, a side hustle. So we have a lot of new people in customer service, and I am seeing the difference. It's improving, but I would say even a year ago it was bad. Um, yeah, it was bad. So give me your comments. How are you reinventing? Like figurehead, what are your intentions for this year? What are you working on? Mel shared some, actually a couple of things, right? The sugar-free menu, um, mindset. I'm starting off 2025 with this mindset. Old books about intention. Yep. I think this year is really going to be a year of a lot of change. I mean, a lot and very intense. I'm feeling there's going to be an intensity to this year that will be new. Mel says, I used to love Downton Abbey. Yes, I never got into Downton Abbey. Um, I didn't like Upstairs, Downstairs. Now I'm dating myself. Any of you watching this downstairs? Wait, Upstairs, Downstairs? Um, because as I said, I'm not really, really, really into Britain. But having said that, when I was looking at some of the museums and they were talking about, like just in London, because I'm an artist and I'm very much into Western art, I should say specifically, since that's what it is. Um, but actually art from around the world. But, I was trained in Western art. And so I'm like amazed at what the museums in London would have, and it does make me think about how they got so wealthy, right? So on the one hand, it's appreciation of these beautiful paintings and the castles, but then of course it's like, how did they amass such great wealth? So that is definitely there as well. um yeah. Silverhead, let it be fun. Now, because we're probably both old school, I mean, you literally could go on Pinterest. I don't like those type of, excuse me, I don't like those type of digital boards. It doesn't do it for me. I have done one in on my Mac that was beautiful. It was a slideshow. You could add music. What I like about this and why I teach it this way still is I believe the act of cutting out the images, it gets you more physically involved. Therefore, even just as you're doing it, and often if I'm leading a workshop, we're talking and there might be music, but your subconscious is getting it and you're having to find it. Like I had to find the word travel, right? Where, if I just did it digitally, I could just type travel in, but I had to search for it. So there's just a level of um connectivity that I think makes it more powerful. I mean, especially like, yeah, I really, this whole thing activated for me. I am very visual. I have a comment that's going to seem weird, but any of you who are into the blood type diet, Dr. Diamato, I don't follow it strictly, but interestingly, several of the things that he says, the blood type that I am would be allergic to, I am. So it's fascinating, right? He's like, or avoid these things. These are not good for you. They cause inflammation. And I've noticed that myself. So it makes me think there is something to it. A spiritual teacher of mine is really, really into it. Her diet is based on the blood type. Even during COVID times, when COVID was more intense, I should say, it's still around. They did finally notice that there were some blood types that were more susceptible, right? His diet is debunked, or they don't say there's anything to it, but of course blood type, because we know even for instance just matching blood type is important, right, for transfusion. So I think there may be areas they haven't really fully explored yet. But to tie it back to the vision board, one of the things he says of the blood type that I am is they're extremely visual, and get this, they're nomadic. He's like, you guys are more nomadic. And I always say how my friends always would be mad at me because they're like, you moved again. You moved again, Oh, I have to change your address. And it's just, it's a pain. So he's like, visualization is one of our superpowers. And that's definitely the case for me. And that also makes me think there's some credence to the blood type diet. So Donna says he's a huge Downton fan. Oh, okay. Everybody's like, that's so cool to find out. That would make sense since you said you have this Britain. You have to, Donna, do check out Outlander. It's not set in Britain at the start, but the influence of Britain is all over it. All over it. Yes, all over it. I totally agree that more powerful manifestation is much stronger when you touch your items. Exactly. Exactly. So again, everything is like, oh, well, let AI make your vision board. Really? You're going to let AI? I know that's coming out. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure that's not far away. And I could maybe use some images that AI creates that you input. But again, the act of cutting, finding, you take it, you move it around. Oh, I don't like it there. It's just more engrossing. It's that engrossing that impacts the subconscious, right? It's like the difference between looking at a picture of food versus eating the meal, eating the actual meal. Silverhead says you're a mover, yes. Oh, Maggie Smith is wonderful. Okay. Does anybody remember Maggie Smith? This is really going to date me. In a movie, I believe it had to be her, called The Prime. Was it her? The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie? Is that so bizarre? Wait, The Prime? I think it's called The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie. I don't know why I love that movie so much back in the day. Um, so I mean, to me, she always kind of appeared older, even though the movie's probably from the 70s. So I saw it after it came out. I'm not that old. I saw it after it came out. So it was I don't know, it was old when I saw it, but I just really liked it. She was this really influential and I think dominant in a negative way teacher, but there's something about it I liked. Yeah, does anybody remember that movie, The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie? I wish I could figure out how to show it. So let's do some affirmations actually. So just seriously, let me just get my pen. I like to have a good pen and I also don't want to just like pretend and write in a book that's not my real journal. Um, what are folks having trouble with? This is more my business notebook. But I can write it in that with my business goals. I opened up and I saw my business goals. I do think it's important, as I said in the previous video, oh, I'm not going to have goals, but you need to know where you're going. So guys, what I always say is, right, as an eyelash gets in my eye, it's like you wouldn't get in your car, though yes, I would, get in my car and just start driving. Obviously, you just want to explore the countryside or the city, right? But typically we get in our car, we know we have a destination, and that helps us figure out the path, right? Okay, let me turn left here. I'm going to go past this through the roundabout. I got to go past this restaurant and that high school. And then, right? So I do think it's important to have goals because then through your reticular activating system, through your subconscious, the subconscious, as I have seen, as I said, I want to talk about manifestation a little bit. You have to, if you don't give your subconscious something to like gnaw on, to chew on, something else is going on that you don't want, right? Somebody else gave you something. Okay. I'll share with you one of my affirmations I just opened the page to. I am a wildly successful artist and entrepreneur. I like that, wildly. Because at first it was just, I'm a successful. I was like, no, wildly successful. Okay, so let's give a problem that you're having. And yeah, Mel, since you said you also love to create affirmations, let's do that for about, Let's just do that for a couple of minutes. So Silverhead, procrastinate. So what I would do with an affirmation is you want to, and I've outlined this method. I think it's my method. I write the opposite. So I would start with I'm great at getting started and getting things done, right? Same. And I write it, and I write it like 5 times, Silverhead. So I write the opposite of the reality currently to start to create, to tell my mind this is what I want. But then it'll want to change. So you may notice it may change from it's easy for me to start things. It may change to I'm motivated. Like maybe it's motivation. Like as you write your affirmation 4 or 5 times, maybe more, you'll hear a little voice in your head tell you what's the problem. Does that work? Does that make sense to those of you still with me? So say it's about weight loss. Say you want to exercise more, right? Because again, we don't want to just set the goal. We have to set the process. And this is key. Set the process. So say it is weight loss. You want to lose 20 pounds. That's fine, but how? So you might start by saying, well, with my dinner, I always have a large salad or a large amount of vegetables on my plate, especially if that was new to you and you weren't doing that, right? So you write that, then you hear something about, oh, I hate vegetables, or you remember your mother scolding you about not eating your vegetables. This is going to resonate for somebody who's watching, seriously. So you, as an adult, don't eat vegetables because you can hear your mom nagging you about finish your plate and like eat your broccoli, eat those vegetables. I can't waste money. You're wasting money. Eat that food. And you have anger and resentment about it, right? And so literally as an adult, you eat a certain way because you're almost trying to indulge your inner child. You're just eating fish nuggets and chicken fingers, and you're never eating vegetables, but it's because of that. So does that make sense? So then you see it and you're like, I choose to enjoy vegetables for my health. I make vegetables taste amazing. Do you see what happened? Wait, beautiful love, explain what you mean. So true, that happened to me. Oh, okay. Yes, got you. What I was just talking about in terms of that. So oftentimes, and this is deep, okay, this is meant for someone. Oftentimes, our current habits that we fight with come from a base when we were children. Something we were told repeatedly as children lodged in us, like lodged in you, like getting, a splinter under your skin, and you're still doing or fighting that same thing, even though it's no longer real. So yeah, beautiful love says, yeah, that happened to me. So I know this, like with people like weight loss, there's so much behind weight loss. Yes, science will be like, oh yeah, they only eat a little bit more or da da da, but there's something even in their body holding on to the weight, or my body holding on to the weight, or there's some psychological and then cellular and energetic connection. Real quick example, I have a friend who has trouble cleaning, you guys. Not a hoarder, but they just have trouble cleaning their home. All right, let me turn my light back on. It's something they just can't do. They just can't do it. And I know that sounds silly. It's not that they don't even like it. They don't like it, but they can't do it. When they were younger, a step parent berated them when they would try to clean. They were given a task like, okay, do the dishes. Then they would be berated about how they did it. You didn't do that right. What is wrong with you? Why are you so stupid? 20 years later, 30 years later, they still literally cannot clean. So a lot of psychology isn't even that complicated. Look at what the problem thing is in terms of what you want to manifest, and then really just try to go back, think back. And as I'm saying, do the affirmation, right? And then listen to that small inner voice will tell you what it's linked to. Because as you keep trying to reverse it, you're going to hear like, oh, I want to be in a loving relationship. You'll hear a voice say, oh, you don't deserve a loving relationship. You're never going to find anybody. And then you're like, oh, okay, wait, where did that come from? And then you write that, you write the opposite of that. I am lovable. Love my body. You see, so as you write, the thing that's opposing it within our mind will come up. You incorporate it, it's opposite. You hear it and you talk back to it. All right? So how does that sound? I should have more viewers for this because this is really a powerful way to work with affirmations. It really, really is. Okay, so let's go on. This political season, politicians seem to be, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay. So no matter the political cycle, I choose to be respectfully curious. Wow, I love that. That is really beautiful. And again, that's something I was thinking about. So we're like doing a mind meld because I was thinking about the political situation. It is stressful to me. And I was like, similar affirmation. It was something like, and I just thought of it. I didn't write it down. That's why, let me just think. I think I said something about peace. I was like, I remain peaceful no matter who is in office. My peace is not affected by who runs the country. My peace is not affected by political ups and downs. Like, what do you guys think of that? Do you see what I mean? Like, that one is more like targeted for outer situations. Notice what the reality is, notice what your desired reality is, and aim the affirmation at the desired reality. Yeah, aim it at the desired reality. Yeah, thanks, beautiful love. And I'm so glad you're here, sweetheart. I'm glad you're here. So that is it. That is how to really work with the affirmation. So, Mel, thank you for bringing it up because after I close this, I am going to write some affirmations. In terms of travel, some of my thoughts are I travel with ease and resilience. I may not even go to resilience because resilience, you want to really keep it positive, and resilience implies bouncing back. So I think I might make it like I travel with ease and grace. I like that. Um, yes. Well, that Silverhead, that was from Mel. So yeah, give Mel some kudos because what they said was the political season, politicians seem to be committed to dividing and scaring people. So then they wrote that affirmation. So let me put that their response affirmation. No matter the political cycle, I choose to be respectfully curious and excited for all I encounter. I love it because what you're doing, like I'm saying peace, but with your respectfully curious, what I get from it, Mel, is that you can talk to people. They don't have to 100% agree. You're not going to get into like, you're not going to waste your energy on that. So I think that's beautiful. So Silverhead, let me give you another one. You said you procrastinate. I wake up eager to do the things I want to do. Bam. I like that. I'm going to put it in the chat. I wake up here. I wake up. This is for Silverhead. I wake up excited to do the things I want to do. Now, notice how I even said it. Notice how I even said it. Okay, vision boards. You got to move down. Here, let me put it up. You could you could change your phrasing. I wake up excited to do the things I want to do. I wake up excited to do the things that I want to do. I wake up excited to do the things I want to do. Right? Do you see how changing even your intonation changes the meaning? Changes the meaning, right? So I love that. If you're just joining, we're talking about reinvention over 50, manifesting what you desire, which is always kind of what my channel is about. If I'm talking about chakras, if I'm talking about energy healing, it's about how to create a life that we are happy with, how to create happiness and peace within ourselves. So yeah, Silverhead, do you like that one? What do you think? You can work with it. Work with it. Here. Yeah. I like it because I think it has, to me, a counter to procrastination, the wake up excited. All right. So, guys, last thing I guess I'll share too is I also, you'll see in some of my videos, you'll see brushes behind me and it's kind of messy. Not in this shot, but I wanted to apply to artist residencies. Child, I don't know what what is wrong with me. I'm trying to go abroad for months at a time, get my apartment sublet, get somebody to take care of my cat, which is not as easy as you think because I'm trying to get him fostered, not to give him away, right? So they've got to keep the cat but give the cat back. And I'm like, oh, I want to get into a very competitive artist residency. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. Work with it. See what hits your heart, what opens your heart to, because like I said, there's a reason you're procrastinating. Is it fear, Silverhead? We all procrastinate. I think when we procrastinate, let me know, any of you else who are here, and I can see, and I see some of you are here, you're not commenting. What makes you procrastinate? Like, Donna, are you still with us? I think procrastination is almost always fear or overwhelm. Fear or overwhelm, almost always, right? Like, I have some envelopes I need to open up. I don't want to open them up because I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with it. Sense of feeling overwhelmed with it, right? I don't feel that I want to deal with it right now. So figure out what is behind the issue. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about money. We could almost all in here want to have more money, right? More funds for a variety of reasons. Yep, Beautiful Love says fear. Exactly. It's fear. Procrastination is almost always fear or overwhelm. Like I said, you just have too many irons in the fire, right? And they're all getting hot, and you're like, right? Too many pans on the stove. I don't know. Come up with another analogy. So with money, remember, you guys, I came up with the helpless child syndrome. That I noticed as I was doing affirmations. Mel, I don't think you watched this video. I was doing affirmations and I noticed it brought me back to my childhood, and my father specifically always shaming me as a child that I don't know about money, that I'll never have money, and that I won't be able to take care of myself. His literal statements. It wasn't even hinted at or implied. It was like boom, boom, boom. So I took that, turned it around, and listen, they work. Too many iron. Yeah, it's too many irons in the fire, right? But I think there's too many. Is there? There's none about pots on the stove. It's too many irons in the fire, which is an old one because we don't put irons on the fire anyway. Anyway, those things come back from long ago, so we can still keep them. Silverhead. Yes. So, with earning, I truly believe this. Yes, there are systems of oppression and difficulty, definitely. But at the same time, Spirit keeps telling me this is a mind universe. We live in a mind universe. I think that a lot of the things we see, and this is very controversial, and I can't explain it all. I don't understand it all. I'm not all seeing, but you know, no, think about times when you've been in a really bad mood and think about how your day goes, who you interact with, how people treat you, versus when you're in a very, very good mood, what types of things happen to you? How do people talk to you? People let you go ahead. I'm going to be really honest. When I meditate, and I've been meditating regularly, things just flow. They flow. Okay. And this is why I'm always talking about meditation so much on this channel, because meditation puts you, it calibrates you with the flow of the universe, with the flow of things. You become more harmonious. Okay. That's why I'm telling all of you, always, you should just at least have a mindfulness practice, like breathing, meditation, just watching your breath, watching your thoughts, sitting quietly. Um, Today I was someplace, and over time, as I've been meditating more, this particular community is treating me better and better. And these are some people who have had some rough times. It's very specific community, and yet I'm being treated quite well. like almost exceptionally well. People aren't seeing me as a threat, being treated kindly, generously, things like that. So if you can even do 10 minutes of meditation a day, it's going to have a really big impact. Money affirmations. All right, let's do money affirmations. My ideas are fun, cool, and gorgeous. My ideas are unlimited in their financial and spiritual value. I love it. Now, is this for an entrepreneur? Because I think, you guys, let me know what you think in terms of money. This can work. The thing is getting yourself to do it daily, because part of your mind doesn't want it to happen. There's a part of us that is always trying to hold us back and keep us safe and keep us in the same situation. Literally, if you're homeless, there's a part of you that's like, good, we survived being homeless. So homeless is okay. We know we're alive. This is the truth. This is how our brain works. So it will fight you when you start to want to, like, okay, I can't continue. I'm tired of being homeless. Part of your brain, your spirit will fight you to keep you where you are. Okay? Let that sink in. So the only way these affirmations work, what I've seen, is you have to do them regularly, like at least once a day, because you're fighting that other part of you that wants you to stay the same, right? Wants you to stay complacent. So Mel, what I was going to say is, I think, again, for all those watching, replay folks as well, you have to think about, am I an entrepreneur? Am I self-employed, or am I an employee? So for an employee, I would say something like, I love my job. I have fabulous coworkers, some of whom I'm very close to. They have my back. They're trustworthy. You want to, if you want a promotion or whatever income you want to make, say, oh, I'm so happy and grateful. I like that one. Or I'm just so happy I'm now making such and such every week at my job, and I love it. I love my job, and I'm now making such and such a week. And then picture it. Picture it. That's also really important. Yeah. So beautiful love. Yeah. Thank you for that. Now, if I, as an entrepreneur, I would say something like, what did I say? I have in my book here. So beautiful love, share an affirmation. I'm actually going to look and see if I can pull one. Okay, this is one of my work affirmations. I only work with high vibration people, and I love the work that I do. I only work with high vibration people, and I love the work that I do. And then some of these are about art, being a successful artist. So I have, my art is a precious contribution of beauty to the world. Weekly, I add new collectors and clients to my art list. Okay? Because my goal, truly, guys, as I'm going into this year of life, is to be an artist and a mentor. I don't like to just do one thing, so I can definitely still mentor and coach, but I also want to make my art. Let's see. Let me see if I can find some more. So share yours, and I'll put them on screen. Or share any, let me see. I have all this stuff. I was doing some inner work and some shadow work, and this is like from last year. So hold on. Share, and I'll put it on screen. Okay, here I found some more. Let me see what these are. I trust and let go to allow greater flow. I can live a life of ease. I let go of struggles. Now, it's interesting because these were before I was able to take the trip. And honestly, before I was able to take the trip, I'm pretty sure I did say things about, I have more than enough money for my travels. And it manifested. That manifested. Money flowed to me specifically for my travels. Specifically for my travels. Okay? So yeah, make your affirmations for work, love or relationships. So whether you're in one or not, right? If you're in a relationship, make one about it being happy and happier and whatever, right? And if you're single, make one about being in relationship. Make one for your finances, make one for health. And I also, before I close, I like to make one for giving back. Hey, if you're just joining, we were talking about Reinvention Over 50 and creation manifestation. So those are the areas. Do you guys think I left out any area? Let me know. Let me know. Mel, beautiful love, Silverhead. Did I leave out any area of life, Donna, that you think we should have affirmations and intentions for? So again, I think your prosperity, your health, relationships, and and giving giving back. So contribution. We should have something for contribution. And this, I'm saying this to myself because I think my affirmations actually have it built in. They actually have it built in because as you can see, often I'm saying, yeah, often like my affirmations are I'm helping, I'm working with, and so built in is that. Let me go down. Last comments. Yeah. That was amazing. I have to run a few errands. Absolutely. Sending best vibes to you as well. So yeah, did I leave anything out, any area out in terms of manifesting, writing, speaking it into existence? I think, yeah, thank you, Silverhead. Thanks for being a part of it. Um, I think those are the main areas. There might be others. So your finances, your prosperity, your health, love, giving back, and I believe actually the environment actually probably would be a sixth, or maybe that fourth one where I'm like giving back. Clearly our earth, Mother Earth, is in duress. That's going to affect us. It's already affecting us. It's already affecting us. That's a whole other video. Let's include some affirmations affirming the beauty of the earth, the cleanliness of the earth, that we begin to take care of our planet. I think that is obviously very important. So that would be a fifth one, right? And then our giving back would be maybe some volunteering, helping kids with their, learning English or math once a month, something where you give back, I think is important. Okay, and I'm saying that for myself as well. I have to include something like that. And maybe these videos actually, right, the YouTube videos that are free, that are here. And you guys, you don't know, I have so many people, especially younger people, tell me how much my videos help them. A young girl about a year ago in my town, and again, my channel isn't specific. It's not like local highlights. It's just she literally recognized me. She goes, did you make something about like the divine feminine? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, this is at a cafe. She's like, oh my God, that got me through last year. It helped me so much. And I was like, wow. Again, when you're on YouTube, you think, oh yeah, a general, somebody here, somebody there. But this was somebody in my town, happened to literally had seen my videos completely randomly and was telling me how much it helped her. And she was probably about 25, 26. So yeah, it made me feel really good. I thanked her so much for, approaching me and letting me know. I felt so good. I was so happy. So you guys, mwah, love and blessings. It was a nice live discussion. I hope you got something out of it. If you are watching in the replay, share in the comments. I will come back probably tomorrow. Look at any comments. If you have some great affirmations, especially for the political climate, okay, share that with the community. If you, or just peacefulness, health, if you have a really good affirmation, share it in the comments. I think that would be really, really nice and helpful. All right. And I'll give you a heart and kind of star you up. So yeah, share and really do something with this. So Silverhead, whether it's making a small vision board or starting to get the magazines together, right? Like I said, I promise what I intend to do is tonight I will other than like the joy of my Vitamix. And so pristine, so clean. So clean. Oh, I love it. I might try it. I'll make a smoothie tomorrow, God, Goddess willing. But I'm going to write some affirmations. I'm going to do that. So thank you guys, because talking about it helped motivate me. It truly, truly did. And before I go, remember I am a coach, and there are 2 ways that I can work with you. I'm offering currently like a 3 package, what I call a mini mindful. And I teach, that's for someone who's having intense stress, toxic level stress. And then I also have an 8 session one, which is basically my soulful mindfulness course, but I teach it to you one-on-one. And I teach you acupressure massage for whatever you have. So, okay, are you having insomnia? I'm going to teach you some points for insomnia, depending on what specifically is your case, because there's different types of insomnia. Okay, so if you have toxic levels of stress, then do book a call with me. It's a free call, and I can share if I can help you either with the 3 sessions or with 8 sessions, which it's just, that just goes in much more depth. You know, are you having digestive issues, right? Again, a lot of it will be acupressure and then mindfulness to take your stress level down. So it's a 2-pronged approach. It's not so much herbal, though I often do recommend a particular supplement company that is very reasonable. I might recommend a supplement from them, but it's basically mindfulness and meditative practices, and then acupressure points that you will have forever that you can do to balance yourself. Okay. So I'll put the link if you want to book the free call. I'll put that once the video is off, because I think I don't have it like right there. Let me just see. Maybe I can pull it up. Hold on. I moved to Calendly. I used to have Acuity, and I really do like, I actually like Acuity better, but Calendly. So here, it's a clarity and calm call. It's no pressure. I call it that because, especially originally, my intention was and I may have to make it a little bit longer. I said it was 20 minutes, but typically I like to do a little meditation so the person has clarity about their situation at least, and they feel calmer. Okay. So I'll put that up on the screen. It's kind of long, but I'll put the link below. That's probably better. All right, guys, much love and blessings, and have a great week. Do check out my recent videos. One is very much about health. I do teach some acupressure points for a cold and flu. Last thing, people around me have the flu, right? On the property where I live, friends and acquaintances having to cancel things because they don't feel good. I have not had that, and it is in great part to the 3 things that I mentioned in that video about the cold or flu. I say it's a 3-step routine, okay? Watch that video, okay? Because there's definitely, the flu is still going around. So just talk about building your immune system. So watch that video, and it should be a help to you. All right, my loves. Bye for now. See you soon.